What's up, guys? It's Thomas Massa coming at you with another Max Flight Outdoors video. Back set up here in the blind this morning. We got birds gobbling over our shoulder. It is extremely windy today. The wind's shaking my car right now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's literally, I mean, I don't know, gusting up to 40, 50, blowing away people's garbage cans and stuff. And it's sprinkling rain. Hopefully we can finally make it happen this time. We're going turkey hunting. We've been to this spot before a couple times. We've been really close to getting some birds in this spot. So hopefully we can get it done today. It's been a struggle this season though. As the season goes on, it usually gets better and better though, because those hens start moving away from the toms, and the toms start getting a little more desperate when the hens move off to go nest during the day. So hopefully we can get one of these birds fired up here. Probably one of the nicest days I've had turkey hunt, although it's a little breezy, so it'll be a little tough to hear, but can't complain about that. I mean, the wind always blows around here, so catch y'all when there's some birds around. Crazy. That was crazy. My level's telling me that that's level. I guess I'm probably not level. Finally got it done. Been hunting all season. It's just a jake, and we are a long ways from the truck, so that's gonna be a fun lift out of here, but feels good to finally stick one. He didn't even go like 3 yards. Right there, just smoked him. The old swagger did him in. They were in the bottom down there, being completely silent, I'm guessing. And I let those couple yelps go, and I'm guessing that got them to come up out of the bottom, just to take a look at things. They came up. Came right in. They were getting a little suspicious because I didn't have my call in my hand and I want to move a lot. They were getting a little suspicious that something wasn't quite right with the decoy, but they stuck around just long enough to find out what was wrong with the decoy. Well, it took us till May 6th, but we got her done. It may not be the biggest bird ever, being that it's a jake, but I'm happy with it. We put in some work today. Started out the day by getting our birds busted by a coyote or a bobcat or something like that. They all just took off. They were coming. And there's probably 4 or 5 toms in that group and 10 or 12 hens. And then they just took off when whatever spooked them. We put on probably another 2 miles walking around in that first spot with little success. We had one tom that was definitely coming, and we were using a strutter decoy with our hen and we think that that strutter decoy probably pushed him off and he went out and around us. Then we got to the second spot. That's where this bird's story starts. That second spot it's a hike. We're talking it was probably 3.5 miles back in there, and then another 3.5 back out. We saw birds the whole way. We just couldn't get any that we really felt we had a good shot at setting up on. So we moved past some birds that weren't talking a lot and just weren't active, searching for some more active birds back in there. We finally got all the way back in there to this big base of this big canyon, and we got set up. Felt like we had snuck in on the toms and gotten set up and started calling, and it was just nothing. We were about ready to pick up, so I was letting a couple yelps go just to make sure there wasn't any birds around when we picked up. And I let those yelps go, and the guy I was with, he looks out the window and he goes, "Jake's right here." He's like, right here. I was like, okay, well, I'll shoot a Jake. I got no problem shooting a Jake. So flip the camera on, hit record. My call wasn't even in my hand anymore. I just set it down to start sitting there to pick stuff up to leave. So I got no call in my hand, and the Jakes start kind of alarm putting a little bit. They're questioning why the decoy isn't moving or making any noise at all or anything. And I get my hand on my bow, get my release onto my string, start raising up real slowly, and I get drawn about 1/4 of the way back, and one of them sees something and turns around. And when he turned around, I came to full draw, and the other one didn't see anything. That was this bird here. The other one took a couple steps back. This one started to walk to the right. He stopped for about a half second, and I punched him right through the middle. Broke the one wing. That Schwacker broadhead opened. Got about that 2-inch, 2.5-inch cutting diameter. Went right through him. Huge shout out to Beaver Creek Game Calls for sponsoring us. Y'all got some great products. I've been using them all season. This is the first season where I've called in more hens. A lot of guys struggle calling in hens because they are so much harder to trick than toms. I've called in more hens this year than toms. I think it's just bad luck that the toms haven't been coming in, but it's kind of impressive that I've called in that many hens, and I feel like part of that is it speaks to how good Beaver Creek's calls are. So a huge shout out to them. Definitely made a good season with Beaver Creek.